And thanks for sticking around, fans, on a happy occasion here in the Coliseum tonight. For the first time in franchise history and city history, with a basketball franchise here, a Moncton franchise is going to the second round, and a big key of that, amongst many keys, is tea time. Terry Thomas joining. And if I know you, Terry, and I think I do, when you were announced player of the game, you kind of went, in your head, you went, me, really? Because you were frustrated with yourself a little bit, but the reason why, you came in with six and a bit left, and you were only 3 for 14 in the game, and you finished out that game 5 for 6 with massive plays. Now, you're not a guy to pump your own tires. You'll want to talk about your teammates. So we had a very difficult decision. AA, Denzel, who we're going to give the player of the game to. So you broke the tie there a little bit, but talk about, I know you're happy for a lot of your teammates.
I definitely am. Side note, if I give the player of the game, would be the fans. That's what I would give.
You killed me. That's my next point, man. The sixth man tonight was those fans.
Yeah.
And I know there's probably a point at which you guys remember when you were at your lowest point in the first half.
Right.
And I talked about it. You kind of dropped your knees a little bit at midcourt. You were like, I could tell you were frustrated with yourself.
Right.
The fans rose to their feet at that timeout and gave you guys a standing O, and that kind of was a lift, wasn't it?
It was, man. Like, you had the whole city and everyone behind you, no matter how I was playing. Like, they had hope. They believed in us. And the second half, that's what, like, I just blocked in, and I was like, you know what, we can do this. And then when we cut down the lead, it was believable, and we had the fans behind us. And, like, they're the greatest fans in the league, I feel like. Yeah,
they were tremendous tonight. This building got super loud, and if we get a bigger crowd for that Halifax series and it gets that loud, it's going to be an absolute zoo in here. So, Terry, the key tonight, I think you started, that was probably your worst defensive first quarter of the year, would you say?
Oh, yeah.
But when you guys flipped that switch, and that was part of the way through the second quarter, you guys really put the clamps on it. I think you guys can look at yourselves as a veteran team and go, we're down to 16, 17. We can still come back because we can get stops.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were saying. All we need to do is play each possession. We got to play carefully. And that's what we did down the stretch. And we knew our shots were going to drop. We knew that we have a lot of arsenal in our offense. So we try to turn the defense into offense. And once we start that going, it just started clicking.
Yeah, and you guys got some injury trouble and some foul trouble there.
Yeah.
And guys like Anthony Cox, who hasn't played a minute,
oh my God,
comes in, beat some guys up down there, give some fouls.
Yeah.
So
He played solid.
And it made some plays down here. And talk a little bit. I'm the president of the Denzel Taylor fan club. I'm the president of a lot of fan clubs with you guys. But Denzel's #1. And the minutes that he gave you,
always,
with Jeremy out too, and Juan need to take a break, were tremendous as well.
He always plays strong, consistent, night in and night out. Like, he is a problem. And I love the way he plays. He's hustled, works hard. I mean, he's looking for a shot more so now, but on the offensive, defensive glass, he's always there.
Yeah, so to recap, Terry came in with 6.5 minutes left. The game was a 1-point game for the Riptide. You made a 3. You got a steal. You went coast to coast. You made a Magic Johnson end of the 81 finals hook shot there, which was gorgeous. You pulled out the whole repertoire. So you have to be really pleased with how that game ended for yourself. But talk a little bit about how this works as kind of a springboard to you guys in the second round against Halifax.
Honestly, St. John was very, very tough. And
they got you trained for Halifax,
didn't they? That's exactly what it is. And this is just the first step. And we understand we're a veteran team, so we understand that it's a first step. So
yeah. So fans, tentative schedule we talked about. It's probably going to start Thursday in Halifax. So next Tuesday, Thursday, look for us here. Tea time will be here. So fun night tonight. Thanks for sticking around on Magic TV. Have a good night, and thanks to Tea Time as always.
Take care.